Did you, sir, did you have a, Mario, did you have a, something you wanted to show up there?
No,
They did. Good morning. That's fine. Okay, we're not gonna do it that way.
Anyone not on level 8 please, welcome. $10. $10.
Yeah. Here you go, survey, very small number of people. Today, members of the TOEFL class are joining us for the debates. Mr. Deshant knows how this works. He has done a debate before with my class before, right? So has Brando. I think you did the one about fast food last time. I remember. Hey, there you go. Hey, Deshant. Oh, well, we need to get some chairs for y'all. Can they borrow your chair real quick? Yeah, just you can borrow that chair because Ms. Mock is sitting right there or whatever. Whatever. Figure it out. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the second day of our debates. Today, the topic is some schools should punish cyberbullying that occurs outside of school. Ooh. That's a tough one. All right, this team over here is going to argue that yes, that this is the jurisdiction. This is the this is pertaining to their. So for those of you on the internet, my students have just learned the expression. Look at you. So they're using it all the time. Yeah. You got the wrong one. Okay, here we go. And this is yours, and this is yours. And we might get you a chair. Okay, everybody got a chair somehow? All right, thanks. Coming up to the big screen, coming up to the big thing, this thing, pulpit. First is team agreed. You have 7 minutes to make your case. And of course, those of you who are out in the audience, you fill out this survey. It's asking you which one you think won the debate, not necessarily the team that you thought you agree with, but which one made the better case for their position, right? Okay. Did any arguments cause you to reconsider your opinion of this? Of course, when you fill this out, don't put your name on it. I'll make this available for everybody later. Let's give this team a hand, everybody. Let's give them some confidence as they come out to the screen.
Strongly support the motion that says that some schools should punish cyberbullying that happened outside the school environment. Before I start, I would like us to know the meaning of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is actually a kind of bullying or harassment that is done using an electronic means. It can also be called an online harassment or online bullying. So, according to Yale study, Journal of Addiction for Research and Therapy, and also Journal of Adolescent Health, they said that cyberbullying has a long-lasting negative physical, psychological, and emotional effects on their victims. And these negative effects are increase in suicide attempts, high rates of depression and anxiety, lack of sleep. Then they have physical effects like headache and stomach aches. It also reduces the academic performance of the victims. So cyberbullying has a lot of negative effects, and you all can agree with me that all hands must be on deck if we want to put a stop to this menace. Whether the cyberbullying happened in school or not, we should all come together to put a stop to cyberbullying. In 2014, there's this girl called Alisa Funke. She took her own life just because she was bullied online. Someone put up an adult movie of her online, so she couldn't take the embarrassment. She took her life. Also in 2010, Rutgers University student called Tyler Clementi also jumped off George Washington Bridge because the roommates and his friend connived to take a secret video of him having an intimacy with his friend, a male friend. So you can imagine the effects of cyberbullying in the society. So we shouldn't even be talking about who punishes who. Everybody must come together to put a stop to this. So I'm also going to call on my colleague to buttress more on this punishment. But I strongly believe, and I strongly say that schools should punish bullies, whether it happened in school or anywhere else. Thank you.
Good job, Amaka.
Okay. Can I be honest?
Sure.
I really,
Yeah, there's a board
actually,
meeting.
I really wanted to talk about the death penalty, but I had a lot of things to say. I didn't even need to prepare for it, but this subject, so let's talk about it. So I'm going to talk about the reasons that why the school punished the cyberbullying. Eventually, it's based on school. So the children know each other at school. Even if it occurs outside of the school should punish cyberbullying. At least 1 in 3 middle and high school students have experienced cyberbullying, and they are tormented online in ways that can make learning at school difficult. And educators have to be aware of this damage, even if it occurs out of school. When the students are cyberbullied, they're usually harassed at school. Online abuse can indicate school-based bullying. Also, the punishment can send strong message to the intendants of cyberbullying. The response should be intimidating in order to prevent the cyberbullying out of the school. Also, researchers show that students who believe schools will punish them are less likely to torment their classmates than who don't know the punishment. That's it. Thanks so much.
You have done?
So, okay, as my classmates already clarified to you what this means, I just wanna tell you what our experience with this with my daughter. But before say that, I would like to clarify also that the bullying is a behavior that belongs at the school, sometimes at home. And there are 2 or 3 types of bullying, regular bullying, and then it has, normally there are 3 types. This is the verbal bullying, social bullying, physical bullying, and now come this cyberbullying. That is a result of the other things. Is because we have now other kind of technology, the access to the technology to the kids, and I think that is one of the main problems of that the parents and that the school, they don't have control over these elements. That's the point. Yeah? Okay, say that, my daughter, she was 15 years old, and she began with some problems on her behavior at home. She was always sad.
I'm sorry, 15 seconds. Can you say that for the 5 minutes? Or you got to start a story. I don't mean. You're out of time.
I'm done.
And then you're done.
You probably were about to start a story, and I didn't want you. Wanted you to be able to finish.
Okay.
Maybe in the 5-minute section. Yeah, you'd be the
I
first to
just
speak.
finish it today.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Sorry. Well prepared. Everybody's here to. Very extraordinary. sorry to cut you off.
Delete it. You have the evidence.
But he has a chance to finish your thought in just a little while. Okay, Larry, Ashley, start. Okay, thanks. Okay. 7 minutes.
Hello everyone. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what is cyberbullying. I think everybody knows, right? But it's a form of bullying using electronic means. Okay. It also is known as online bullying. It has become increasingly common among teenagers, especially school-going teenagers, right? I mean, adults do it, but it's not so obvious. They are brave doing this cyberbullying is because they are hidden behind a screen. When you're not seen, you can do anything. But if you are in front of a person, you think the student will actually come up and say anything? No, right? Our team is against the notion that cyberbullying should be addressed by the school if it occurred outside of school hours. And with this, I shall pass it to my colleague, Mr. Akram, to continue.
All right.
The boss.
Das ist the problem.
Not exactly.
Just please raise your voice. Please.
Okay. We are here to against the other group's opinion. So cyberbullying should not punished in the schools.
Why?
I'm gonna explain.
All the bosses.
If you get patient, I'm gonna explain. Cyberbullying can have serious emotional and psychological effects on persons. That's right. But by taking action against cyberbullying that occurs outside of the school, schools can send a strong message that that type of behavior occurs outside of schools. But the students from engaging in it in the first place, you know, it happens outside of the school. So if something happens inside the school, it should have stayed inside the school. If it happens outside of the school, should stay in.
What happened in New York, stay in New York.
Alright. For example, for example, if student or someone, you know, some take traffic ticket, should also punish in the school? No,
It's not
it's
really.
nonsense. All right. So, yeah, and also, if student is being cyberbullied by someone who is not a student in their school, it may be unclear who has the authority to take action against bullying. So it is duty that the law enforcement and also the other authorities to address that issue. And also, it's also their parents' responsibility. Not the school has punished all the cyberbullying and the other not against the law issues. And also, ultimately, individual schools and communities to decide how to approach this issue based on their specific needs and circumstances.
Why are you gonna hate us?
I'm angry.
Sir,
Thank
you are not going to sing a song?
you.
No.
I can't believe you, Padilla. I can't believe that.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
I will speak again about cyberbullying for explaining the point. Cyberbullying is bullying through the use of electronic device and is prone to causing mental health problems such as depression and anxiety for both the victim and the perpetrator. Cyberbullying can take many forms, including anxiety, sending derogatory text messages, sending threatening emails, forwarding sensitive message or image, or posting on social media forums, and can become just as severe as traditional bullying. This is why a responsibility as big as this should depend on the parents and not on the school. It is understandable that the school could take responsibility for cyberbullying as long as it is within the school, but not after school time, because that is parental responsibility. Let's put ourselves in the place of the school administration. They cannot control everything that all their students think and do outside of the school hours. That is why it depends on the parents. That's it.
The rest of the case. Okay, so for those of you who are following, each team made their opening arguments now. Now we're moving on to the second stage of the debate where each team will have a chance to counter the argument that they heard from the others. They can take this time to make further arguments, and like I cut him off when he was about to tell his anecdote. I didn't want to do that. You're welcome to use the 5 minutes for that. But now is the point when each team gets to address some of the things they heard from the others and say, oh, this is where it was wrong. All right, coming up to the big stage here, I believe is, were you wanting to start first?
Yeah, so just to finish the part of the anecdote.
You
have to be
camera. We'll get you if you don't mind. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
laptop. I need to start the time. All right, sorry for the formality.
Netflix.
As I was telling you, also was a very complicated situation with my daughter. Also, we got the psychology and so on, and then we realized that 1 year later that she was with this problem with the cyberbullying. We talked to the school, to the principals, with the school, with the overall authority of the region, and with the lawyer. And then at that time in Chile, that was not punished. Now it is. And the responsibility, of course, is not of the school, but they have to take care, and they have to have the feeling and the knowledge when something happens with the kids, because as nobody knows exactly what is happening to them. That is the main thing. Also, my daughter took 3 or 4 years to go over the situation, and you was right. Because it's when they use the cell phones, and so everybody could write them whatever they thought. But the problem is that the effect that is caused. But the principal of the school confronted my daughter with the other killer that they did it, they have this behavior with her. And they told her, please tell her exactly same things that you wrote them, and you sent it. And she couldn't. She told her, I'm sorry, I cannot tell you now, face to face, what I wrote. That is the main thing. And for your information, here in the United States, the cyberbullying is already published. You could see stopbullying.gov. And then is already the authority under the law, they already punish all these behaviors in the school, outside the school, because now it's in the civil space. It's not yet the school. That's all. Thank you.
I heard one of my opponents say something that schools don't have the capability of punishing this offender just because they have their own work to do or something. But I vehemently disagree with that, because children actually spend greater number of their days with their teachers in school. And the school also teaches them morals. So them going outside to bully people actually means that they are like defying the teachings they got from school. So I would still stand here to disagree with the fact that the school shouldn't punish them, because school punishing them would actually send a strong message to intending bullies, thereby making them to not delve into that art anymore. And according to stopbully.com or stopbully.gov, it has been noted that 12 out of 15 cases of school shooting that happened in the 90s, were actually carried out by bullying victims. So you can now agree with me that it is very, very imperative that all schools, everybody has to be against bullying. Everybody has to come together and fight bullying. It is very, very important, irrespective of where the bullying happened. Thank you.
Speak, you can, for a minute if you want to. If not, that's fine. Okay.
I thought they said this is the parents' responsibility, but children have different behavior. They show different behavior at home and at school. Sometimes parents cannot be aware of what they are doing at school, but teachers, like, they see it clearly because they're not with the parents, they're with friends, they're in their environment, you know, the same age, same culture, same thing. So I think school should punish them because they can see the real kids around the school, even if it occurs outside of the school. So it's not exactly just parents' responsibility.
Objection.
Objection.
Now is the chance. All right,
Objection overruled.
now this team has got 5 minutes to
Okay.
counter argue.
Can I ask my opponents?
Very strong
Okay.
start. Good.
First thing, if physical abuse happens outside of school, what do you do? What does the school do?
Okay.
Same thing. Same
That's
thing.
sort of a question. Don't let him
No,
answer.
because okay, both the boys fight outside of school. Do the school get involved? None of the schools in US get involved unless it's very serious, like guns and all that. Then they get involved. So why cyberbullying has to be? No, yeah, you call the police, but why cyberbullying has to be punished? And another thing you say that okay, cyberbullying. I'm in this school, and there's another person in another school. It's not in the same school. We don't have the means, we don't have the stuff. Do you know that the teachers in US is overworked? You know, there's in public schools, roughly, 1 teacher to 50 kids. What do you want to do? You want to look at cyberbullying, or do you want to teach them things? I think it's parents. Everything starts at home. Okay, everything starts at home. It's not the teacher's means to do it. You know, you control your kid. I'm a parent. You control your kid. I give my kids. Even I have a 20-year-old. This is your time. I monitor him. It's because we love him, right? Of course, you give him time to do whatever, but it's the parents' responsibility.
Yes, you're right.
That's all.
You're right.
We got time? Yes.
Yeah, I can speak.
Would you mind getting the camera? I know you don't want to get up. I'll pause it so you can get up there.
You just said objection.
Objection.
Yes,
All right. They still have the floor. They have the floor, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
All right.
Don't do this.
So you mentioned that I'm saying the parents' responsibility. Yes, of course, this is school responsibility and parents' responsibility. But they should always make a warning that it's not allowed to cyberbullying. It doesn't matter stay inside of school or outside of school. First, the parents should always say that don't do it like this, because you need to do empathy. Because the other day or next month, some other person cyberbullying to them, so it doesn't good. So they should always educate them first, and then school also make a warning, always send a strong message to them. So it's already cyberbullying got a punishment. It doesn't matter inside or outside, you know. So
Okay,
That's the main thing.
Thank you.
Send you another food.
It's just
So
That's quite all right. I'll pause it, and then you can be finished in that part, and then I'll let you go. It seems silly to do. Okay, all right. All right.
What is your favorite
Okay.
color?
You have the right to speak your mind on social media, and your school cannot punish you for content you post on campus and outside of school hours. That doesn't relate to school, but if you say something on social media during school hours or at a school function, or even that officials believe could lead to a substantial disruption, your school can discipline you. It's different.
Okay, correct. Okay. All right. Please use your time. Oh man, I did not expect this to be as contentious and controversial as it is. But I guess that's all right. So now at this point, first of all, I'm going to make a little comment about each team there. Very impassioned. Just as far as not the content, but the way you're communicating. Very effective use of strongly expressed at the very beginning. Specifically what you said. Yeah, right. There's a lot of, you made very impassioned opening remarks, statistics and anecdotes. Both, all of you made anecdotes. And the same over here. Confrontation. That's good. That's very. Pose the question to you, and it gives the impression to the audience that they have to, answer. And I think all of you were very. Your style of speaking gave it the impression that they need to. They're on the defensive or something. Anyway, just as a style point of view. All right, so now 2 minutes here for you all to make your closing remarks, after which anybody over here we'll open it up for question and answers, comments and stuff like that for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to do the second debate. Okay, so 2 minutes, go ahead. Yeah, cool. Maybe, yeah. Come in there. Yay. Here's some coffee for that.
I would like to respond to what my opponent said about what happens when bullying happens outside the school environment. When is physical bullying, rather? So when is a physical bullying? Definitely you have a moderator, a protector for the victim. But online you don't have that. You don't have that luxury online. So even the empathy of the bully is also not there, because they're not seeing the faces of their victims. They are not also they're not seeing their reactions as well. So online bullying is quite different from physical bullying. And schools punishing a bully would also help make the child a better person at the end of the day. And I would like to also commend the authorities of California and Illinois, because they've already given schools the ability to punish bully offenders. Thank you.
Say anything else, or you want to say something?
Oh, yes, just to finish,
That's
so stop bullying, I'm sorry, stop bullying on the spot. When others respond quickly and consistently to bullying behavior, they send message to that it's not acceptable. Research shows that can stop bullying behavior over time. Parents, school staff, and other adults in the community can help kids prevent bullying by talking about building a safe school environment and creating community-wide bullying prevention strategy.
Yeah.
But as she told, also the law is already on the way, and the exists also. I tell you again, stopbullying.gov, and that is already done at the moment. It's not just do it and send it, also it's already punished. It's under the law now. We don't have too much to discuss about it, because it's already done.
Okay, I just want to oppose my opponent, Mr. Maka.
Sure.
Do you know, if you are behind a screen, I'm not going to use my name Sabrina. I'm going to use my name maybe Agent 007. How do you know it's me?
007.
Right, 007.
I think
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. You get a chance for that later. Yeah.
So, it's like even all of us adults, we don't use our names. So how are you going to find, how are you going to, have the, what they call the means, the money, even you bring in the police, it's going to take time. And of course you have the cyberbullying stuff, you know, these websites and all that, it's gonna take you 10 years, 20 years. Technology is gonna be, you know, it's gonna evolve, right? It's gonna be more and more, and how the schools, we don't have the means, we don't have, especially public schools, you know, the money allocated for public schools during a year, they have a percentage. Okay, this is for the teachers, this is for the sports, this and that. How are they gonna allocate, you know, money for to address this cyberbullying?
Hey, thanks a lot. Anybody else want to say something? It's fine. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay, nice, nicely said. And I think I started the clock a little late there. All right, y'all, now, I think, first of all, give them all a hand. Already found a website, you know, stopbullying.gov. I think we've made a pretty strong argument at the end. There's already a precedent in place in states like Illinois already. Have started to do this, and you make a point, how logistically can we pull this off? There's already, how are we going to allocate money? Good use of word, demonstrating a lot of broad vocabulary. Let's open it up for questions and answers, comments. Somebody want to make something? Go ahead, Mustafa.
Yeah.
And then I'll get to Mustafa.
I have a question for each team very quickly.
Okay.
What if it happened from a guy, the cyberbullying was committed with a guy who's not a student? How do you think the school can be involved in solving something like that? For this one, I'm going to just say the question, you can reply. Do you think school shouldn't be involved with at all, or do you think it's bigger than they can handle?
Maybe I have to repeat that one. Let's start with one at a time. Go ahead.
So they're gonna start.
Good. That's a great question. Students, that's not a yeah.
There's no way school authority is going to punish the person because they don't have any business with the person. So we are talking about school children, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that the bullying was happened to a school children, but for non-school children.
No.
How can they help?
They don't have anything to do.
They don't have any.
No, I can bully school children right now, and I'm not school children. What's gonna happen?
School is not gonna always punish that.
So they don't have authority to do something with that.
Yes.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my question. That's
All
it.
people involved should be students.
So if the one from the equation is not from the school, then the school is gonna be useless right now, right? Okay.
That lies the law.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm not judging. I'm just.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Just to clarify.
Do you think school shouldn't be involved at all in bullying, or do you think they should involve, but it's bigger than their capabilities, bigger than they can handle?
It depends on the situation. You know, it is cyberbullying. It can go two ways, right? If it's happening very often and it's a very big issue, then I think the school should get involved, right? If it's going to be like, you know, it's going to come to the point to suicide or depression, and you know, psychologically the student is already going there, then I agree the school has to step in, even though they don't have, you know, the means. But I guess in this case, a life is more important than all these protocols, all these, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, okay, quickly, let's talk on the audience first. Mohammed, I'm sorry to cut you off, sir. I will let you make a question. Is that what you want to do? Question? Mohammed, go ahead, speak.
Okay, I support the team. I agree because I think it's like I consider school as the authority for children. Like you are afraid of the police officer outside this building, the children are afraid from the school. You can't like if a children do a mistake or do something bad, you can't bring in a police officer and say he's gonna punish you. You know, we don't work like this. The school needs to be responsible for children. It should be the authority for children. That's first. Secondly, she said about the budget. We don't need to value our children. This is the future of the society. So we don't care how much it's gonna cost us to build a better society, next generation. You know?
Okay.
If we allow them to be supervalued, we're gonna create only like monster for the next generation.
Oh wow.
Yes, but the thing is, this is schools. Every organization says, you know, allocation of money.
What is the government?
The government, okay, you're going to talk to the government. We are talking about the school, you know. They every year, all schools in Houston are given certain amount of money. And how they allocate the money, it's up to them. So the school has to decide. If there's a lot of bullying, okay, maybe in this district there's a lot of bullying, then they say, okay, maybe we'll give that 20%. We're going to put some money in this but maybe other schools they don't. It's case by case basis.
Okay, Amaka, go ahead and make your
I
point.
have something to say. You kept mentioning money, 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 money. Do you actually need money to punish someone?
No, we don't need money. But everything like the teachers, what they run on. Will you expect a teacher to teach, to go after cyberbullies? This is all about, this is all about screen. You do not know.
This is not even rocket science. This has actually happened. The best thing and the best form of punishment you can give to a bully is to suspend the person.
You see, I give you an example.
Yes.
Suspend.
So you don't need money.
That's cheap. Okay.
I'll give you an example of my own experience where my 20-year-old son was cyberbullied in school. He went to a private school and they did not do nothing. You can talk to the teachers and all that. It's all depending on the school. At the end of the day, I believe it's the parents. We start at home. We are the society. It's not the school. We as individuals combine together. We are the society.
Yes, that was why I said all hands must be on deck.
Yes, I agree.
Both schools, parents, the authorities,
Yeah.
and everyone in the society.
Okay.
But you see, schools is just a body. What consists? It's people, individual. You see, some schools, they are all in for the cyberbullying. But some schools, they are like, fine.
Everybody must get involved.
Okay,
Yes.
Mario.
Just on something very important that everybody has to be involved.
Yes.
In my case, in Chile, when that happens, now the law in Chile, the responsibility in that case, when our children's under 18 years old, the father or the parents take the responsibility of that behavior. And so they have to pay for that in case that the kids are
Like, but in my case, my son's case is like they say, okay, go and see a psychiatrist or whatever. That's like the parents. I am the psychiatrist.
Maybe it's because they are afraid of the law. Because all
No,
over the
they
world,
actually, they're
it's
all
only
borders
in
by laws.
laws and California that schools are being given the authority to punish.
You see, California
Yes,
is a rich
California and
state.
Illinois.
It's a rich,
well,
very rich state, right?
Yeah, like
I mean,
every
I mean-
area, you don't need money
Yeah.
to punish offenders.
Yes.
That's right.
All
Suspension is cheap, right? You're pointing out. Antonio, I'll let you be the last person making a comment if you like. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Question?
I didn't agree with what Mohammed said.
All right. Oh, who's debating who now? Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, you mean yesterday?
He agreed with them, and I think that the cyberbullying is the worst
Yeah.
because it's most faster than
Yeah.
the
Yes,
bullying.
yes, right.
So I'm not agree with you when you say that it's the parents has to.
Her parents alone.
Yeah, because the parent have no control. This is between the teachers, the guy who was the victim
There you go.
and the police officers, so they can work because the school doesn't have the
Resources.
resource
Yeah.
to do it.
Okay, and that's the point she's making, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, go right ahead, Stephanie. A new mom, right? Yes. Let's hear from moms.
She's a teacher.
And a teacher and a mom.
Yeah, it's difficult, this topic. Yes. I totally agree with Serving that family is the base, and that would be ideal that families are the ones responsible for these kind of things. But sadly, in our society, families are not taking responsibilities. Like modern families
No time.
are like leaving their kids to schools,
Mm.
and they are giving schools all responsibilities. Even kids learn how to eat at school.
Yes.
They learn how to behave. They learn principles at school. So for me, in my point of view, schools really have like the responsibility to watch these kids and to try to avoid these type of situations. They don't have the means, that's true, but they need to do something, not maybe to punish them, but to try to avoid these type of situations.
Cool.
I really don't agree with
Oh. All right. Last comment. Go ahead. Yeah. Last comment. Go ahead. Yeah.
Depends on the family to family. Like for my case, I'm really touched and related to everything what is happening to my daughter's Even daily I just message to the teacher what is going on in the school.
Mhm.
And even teacher has the problem, she just message us like what's going on. So it depends on the families also, if we are related to our kids very.
Yeah. I
Of
don't,
course, I'm talking in general, not
Yeah.
specific, yeah.
you have a good family.
Yeah.
Most of them are not involved in their kids.
Yes, we are done. Yes. Okay. Nice, guys. Yeah. Give a hand.